Man, it would help if I hit the buttons. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the October 13th edition, Monday, October 13th edition of the Makers and Movers podcast. And boy, oh boy, has it been a Monday already. And thank you so much for joining us today. Because I'm telling you, it's been a wild one. You can start by, hey, going to check out the website and making sure that that works for me because that was a fun thing to deal with in the middle of the night, stuff just not working. And so while it's not orders going wrong, it's stuff going wrong. And that's what we're gonna talk about today. When orders go wrong and how we can turn those mistakes into loyalty. And we'll get into that shortly. But first, I need to know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, what the weather is like in your area, and then your five things. What are five things that you are going to accomplish today? Well, my number one thing was get the website back online. That officially, I think, has been done. So yeah. So there's getting website back online. DTF transfers need to get done. Shirts need to be trussed. Vinyl needs to be cut, and stuff needs to somewhat be shipped out. Because remember, today is a holiday, so some things aren't going to work. You're not going to be able to do banking. You're not going to be able to do USPS, but for other stuff, we'll be there for it. All right. Let's check in. We'll see how things are going. Gabriella, good morning or afternoon to you. Danielle, good morning to you. Linda, good morning from Cool, Texas, 64, Coke in the Cup. Five things 3D print, engrave, post photos online, order merch, press. Linda's got a busy day for you. Kelly, good morning to you. What was this? Yes, long story. That's my step great grandfather's name. Look at that. I was looking there. I missed something earlier. There you go. Look at that. We're getting all kinds of information. What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. Brisk, Central Florida, 65 there. Barb, good morning. North Central Minnesota, 40 and sunny and water in the cup. Five things 3D print quotes, clean workstation monitors and laptops, design layouts, embroider beanies. Sharon, good morning. Coffee in the cup. Five things are building a gang sheet to print. Love it. Press a few shirts and the rest of the embroider. Sharon's got a busy day. Hi, Linda from Barb, and good morning, everyone from Stacia. Um, Linda, hey, Barb. Connie, good morning. 56 headed to 72, cloudy in the southwest suburbs. Coffee in the cup, press shirts, embroider polos, work on website and artwork. Connie's got a busy day there. And Keith, good morning to you. Sunny Space Coast in Florida. Nothing in the cup yet. Sleeping late. Off for the holiday. Yeah. What's a holiday? What's a holiday? Our kids are like, wait, we have school on Monday because half the schools around us do have school, half of them don't have school. So they're pretty. It's you know how it goes. Holidays they pick and choose. And hi, Danielle. And taxes. Taxes are always fun. Taxes are always fun. There's four items I need to get using before the M1. You're gonna love the M1. You'll love it. Cindy, good morning. 61. I'm drinking Little Debbie tree cake latte. Oh, we're in Little Debbie season, aren't we? Five things: sort beads, anneal silver wire, replace sewing machine belt, mail run. Not you're not going to the post office. They're closed today. Order flock and stones. Ooh, I know a guy. I know a guy. Probably give an update. I give an update on some stuff, or do we would just wait till tomorrow for our State of the Union on Tuesday with Todd? We don't know if we have there's seven boxes that are lost in shipment. Allegedly, we don't know. There's not showing any tracking information. They were shipped out before the China holiday. We should have had them by now. There's no real information on it. So yeah, that's awesome, right? Thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. Just we don't know. In the meantime, we have two other orders that have been placed. We haven't got shipping on those either. I'll give everybody a good update tomorrow because hopefully I have more information for it. On the plus side, cams are halfway ready to go. We at least got the cams machines here and now working through layouts of where things need to go. So my goal is to have all of that taken care of this week. Wrestling, perfect call for today. Small imperfections made me decide to remake two sweatshirts this weekend. Ugh. I gave them both sweatshirts so they were ecstatic. Yeah, they will get ecstatic. Claire, good morning. Todd and Cruz, 64, gray and murky, Virginia there. It is kind of gray out here. I think we have a cold front coming through. And hi, Connie and Cindy. So, yeah, what do you say? We just slide right into it. We just get right into it, right? because we can run into some issues where it's not exactly things don't work right. Like things don't fall into place like they should. Um, I've had that happen where we might have missed something here or there, and then what do you do with that? That's a big to do. What if? How do I do that? Um, I know for us personally, we've seen a lot of stuff. When I say a lot, I'm looking for a project over here. Something else is throwing me off for a minute, and I'm trying not to get sidetracked. Trying not to get sidetracked. I'm really, really trying not to get sidetracked. But there's there's a chance of it. Okay. I love the emails. I love the emails that come in over the weekend. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them as we go through and figure all of this stuff out. But I don't even know where I was going. I'm just, I think I'm a little maybe sleep deprived because it is kind of a thing, like I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I promise I'm getting there. Okay, there. Now I found the right spot. There it is. Now there's the right spot. Let's go and let's find it. There it is. There it is. All right. Now we're in. I think we're at the right spot. Anybody else have a case of the Mondays? Yeah, that's what we got here. All right. Yeah. Let me check back in with comments if I missed anything. That usually resets me. Yes, Cindy, it is Indigenous Persons Day, Columbus Day. There goes a moment. I tried to order from you, but I think it's during the time the site was down. Got to stuck up for Day of the Dead shirts. Did you see, Cindy? Did you see what we created? Did you see our Day of the Dead templates? Telling you, those are going to be sweet hot movers. Yes, everything should be back up and running now, so you can run it. And I'm going to say that there's probably a chance it will just you'll pick shipping, but it'll probably just be delivered. Just saying. Just say every day is Monday, right? Sure feels that way sometimes. Sure feels that way sometimes because it's just getting that time of year, right? When the holiday rush starts hitting, the chaos the chaos isn't coming, it's already here. It seems like orders double overnight, inboxes explode, and your stuff looks like what the hell am I even doing here? That's wrong. That's the wrong one. What did I that's the wrong one. I usually prep like that half hour between this to get stuff here, and I think I just opened up all kinds of wrong stuff because I'm like, this doesn't sound like what I just went through and typed up. So it definitely doesn't make sense on it. I think there's just wait, I think it's the next one that I'm on. Yeah, that's what it is. That's the next one. All right. Now, folks, this is why I'm telling you, you have no I don't ever want to hear somebody say, "I can't go live. I can't do this. I can't do that." Because I'm here to tell you that I screw up all the time and things don't always work for me. And here's another fun case of it. Like my most important thing today was to get the website up and running. That's what we worked on, right? And we got that, and that should be up and ordered, and we can get stuff in there. I got stuff ordered, Flock's on its way, so I'm a step ahead of that one without an issue. But now we're in the right one, right? I mean, thank goodness this is kind of it. You've had that sinking feeling where an order just goes wrong, press the wrong size, misspelled a name, maybe a package ends up 3 states away. I'm telling you, the intro of this should show you you're not alone in these issues, right? Every decorator, no matter how careful they are and how much they do stuff by the system, they have a moment when a mistake hits, and it hits hard. And the question isn't, if something is going to go wrong, it's how you handle it when it does go wrong. You know, when you panic or hide or avoid communication, those small mistakes can turn into big reputation hits. But when you handle them with honesty, speed, and empathy, those same moments can actually build stronger trust with your customers. Most people don't expect perfection. They expect effort, accountability, and solutions. This is something that we've dealt with over the last 3 months. From buying a company in Florida, transporting it here, not carrying a lot of the product, possibly maybe carrying it in the future, bringing stock levels back to where they were, ordering stuff. We've been as transparent as we can be with everything that we have going on. There's some things we can't share because we have NDAs in place, but everything we can share, we're sharing with you. Here's what the issues are running into. Here's how the things are. I don't want anybody to think that we're trying to hold anything back or there. Here, every problem we've had, we've let you know, and we're working through it. So, in this episode, we're going to walk through 5 ways to turn that shit moment into, hey, thanks for fixing that. We'll learn how to stay calm, communicate clearly, and fix problems strategically. Maybe even use those mistakes to improve your business long term. Does that sound like a good idea to you? Let me say, yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in, right? We're all in on that, right? We're all in on it. All right. So number one, this is going to be pretty overlooked, but I'm telling you the importance of it. Take a breath before you respond. The worst thing that you can do after realizing you've made a mistake is to react impulsively. Yep. When stress spikes, emotions take over. Defensiveness, embarrassment, or panic, right? And that's when you end up sending a rushed message and making costly promises you'll regret later. Even taking like a minute just to pause and let your brain switch from emotional Todd to logical Todd. You are emotional you and logical you. That's where the solutions live. All right. So, step one is to simply acknowledge what happened privately before responding publicly. You know, double check the order details, review timestamps, and confirm what went wrong. Sometimes it's not even your fault. Shipping carriers, mislabeled blanks, or even client miscommunications can play a huge role. But knowing exactly what happened allows you to respond with accuracy and not assumptions. And then you're able to approach your customer with calm confidence. A clear, level headed decorator instantly sets that reassuring tone. Even if the customers are upset, your steady response reminds them that you're in control and ready to fix that. So, some examples of this is a maker accidentally swapped two Teen Mom names on their jackets. Instead of panicking, took a 5-minute breather, checked her order log, then called the customer to apologize with calm voice and plan a reprint. Mom thanked her for handling it so professionally, right? Another one, not saying that we haven't had this one before, but it happens. We received an angry message about missing transfers, only to discover that UPS had delivered them the wrong house. You know, but we paused, tracked the package before replying, and we were able to fix it quickly and avoid taking unnecessary blame. So, action step is create a mistake checklist, right? Create a mistake checklist for yourself. Pause, verify details, identify the cause, and then respond. It's pretty simple. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to put it in here. Okay. And then I want you to do is you write that down, put it on a post-it note, put it somewhere where it is, and post it near your workstation. So, the next time that you have this happen, it's just right there for it. It's just right there for it. All right. Numero two, own the mistakes, even when it hurts. You know, accountability is the fastest way to rebuild trust. Customers do not expect you to be perfect, but they do expect you to be honest. When something goes wrong, take ownership of it, even if it's only partially your fault. Saying, I'm sorry for the inconvenience, it's not a weakness, it's leadership. Avoid the blame game. Pointing fingers at suppliers and carriers or customers themselves rarely helps. What does help is showing that you're taking steps to correct the issue. Customers remember integrity more than they do perfection. A quick, sincere apology delivered with a plan of action can turn that frustration into appreciation. Now, that doesn't mean that you accept every unreasonable demand. It just means that you show maturity and professionalism by leading the solution. When customers see that you care more about fixing the experience than defending your ego, they often calm down and meet you halfway. Some examples of this. Decorator realized that they pressed the wrong color on a local shirt, right? Or a school shirt order. So instead of making excuses, called the client, apologized, and offered a reprint overnight. The client later ordered sweatshirts spirit wear for the entire district. All right, led to something from there. You know, another small shop shipped jerseys without sleeve numbers. The owner immediately emailed them, owned the mistake, and offered to mail the missing pieces pre-pressed. Boom. Team captain said, "You just earned our next season's business." Yep. Hey, we can get this taken care of for you. So for this action step, we just need to draft a simple apology script like, I completely understand your frustration. This one's on us. Here's how I'm fixing it. And then just practice saying it until it feels natural. So I'm going to copy that one. I'm going to put that one down here in it. So that way you have that one to go off of. All right. Tip number 3, and then we'll get into some of your questions, comments, and concerns. Communicate fast and frequently. Silence is what destroys customers' trust, not the mistake itself. When customers don't hear from you, they fill in the gaps with worst case scenarios. Quick, proactive communication shows professionalism and keeps you in control of the narrative. As soon as you confirm the issue, reach out. Even if you don't have a full solution yet, say something like, "Hey, look into this right now, and we'll have an update shortly." That single message can diffuse tensions before it even escalates. Follow up with clear timelines and updates and expectations for the resolution. Consistency is key with this. If you say, "I'll call tomorrow," you make damn sure that you're calling tomorrow. If you promise tracking numbers by the end of the day, send those MF and tracking numbers. You know, the speed and tone of your communication matters just as much as itself. It signals reliability and care. Okay. So, some examples of this, you know, decorator's order got lost in the mail. They sent 3 quick updates within 24 hours, one acknowledging the issue, one confirming the replacement, and one with a new tracking link. Customer said that it was the best service that they'd experienced. Boom. All right. Another one, went dark for 2 days after an order error, hoping to find the perfect solution. The time they replied, the customer had already left a negative review, and now she sends an immediate "I'm on it" message to every issue. So, action step, set a communication rule. You know, respond to any issue within X amount of hours during business hours, right? Even if you don't have the fix, you can use templates to save the time. Oh, here, this is what we're going with it. So before we get on to 4 and 5, let's check in. What else do we have in here for it? Tim, good morning to you, my friend. Trying to dial in a new plotter. You'll enjoy it. Uh, can't never do, can't never do nothing, right? Right? I can't never do nothing. Linda, it is my fault. I usually throw something. If it is my fault, I throw in something extra as possible. You get the fidgets now. Thank you for being you and so authentic. Claire, we have to be. We're out there. We show up, 3 days a week live, 4 days a week live, 5 days a week live. Somebody can call us out for it. Let's see. How long does it take for items to be delivered? Depends on the shipping method that you choose. So we're shipping here out of Illinois. Depending on what you're doing. If in-stock products are shipping within 1 to 3 business days, we're doing our best for every order that comes in before noon to go out that same day, if not the next day for sure, as long as it's in stock. There's times where, we'll get up, we'll start pulling orders in that, and it's 12:02 and an order's come in. All right, we'll see if we can grab it and pull it and still do it. But for most part, orders coming in before 12, there's stuff that's in stock. Now, stuff that's drop shipping, that'll drop ship from where it is from it. Just depends on quantities of things. But we're trying to get everything out there. And then it depends on your shipping, anywhere from 1 to 5 business days, depending on what shipping method you selected and where you are located in the country. All right. Sharon says, I had a customer that washed an item and something faded onto the design area. My design still looks great other than the fade. She's asking for a refund. What are you doing with that one, Sharon? What are you doing? Posting your frustration with a situation or customer on social media, in my opinion, is unprofessional for a business. Direct communication is best with the customer. Absolutely. Reach out to them. What's going on? When we have a list of things going on, here's this, we're updating everyone. If it's an individual one, here it is for it. It was supposed to be stain proof. Not your fault. Remake the charge. That's what we got. All right. Number 4. This might work for that. Fix it fast, fix it smart. You know, Speed matters, but so does efficiency. When an order goes wrong, your goal is to resolve it quickly and sustainably. That means identifying whether it's better to reprint, refund, or replace. And making that decision is based on long term trust, just not short term panic. Now, reprinting is usually the best option when it comes to a small error that can be corrected quickly. Refunds may make sense for shipping delays outside your control, especially if redoing the job won't meet the deadline. Replacements work great when you can send a new piece while investigating the cause behind the scenes. And while you're fixing the problem, look for opportunities to improve your process, and double check systems. Require photo approvals, before pressing or upgrading your labeling. Every mistake holds data that can make the next order smoother. So, some examples of this: team banner was printed blurry due to low resolution artwork. You know, Reprinted the same day and added, a new art quality check step to the workflow. Don't have that problem. Okay. Another example: customer shirt arrived one size too small. Right. Decorator quickly shipped the correct one overnight and updated their form to require written size confirmation before production. The client publicly praised their service. So, action step for this: after every fix, ask yourself, what broke and how can I prevent it next time? Write the answer in a lessons learned notebook. That way you have, hey, we're going through this. And now, number 5, let's turn mistakes into marketing moments. Because handled well, a mistake can actually boost your reputation. When customers see that you care enough to make things right, they often become your loudest advocates. That's why follow up is just as important as the fix itself. A week after resolving an issue, reach out, check in. Hey, just making sure everything turned out great after that mix up. Excuse me. That simple message that shows that you genuinely care about them and reminds the customer how responsive you were. It keeps the story ending on a positive note. And you can even use, anonymous versions of the moments as social proof. Post something like, not every order goes perfectly, but here's how we make it right. What it does is it humanizes your brand and it demonstrates integrity. That's something that price driven competitors, they just can't fake. So, some examples of this: decorator shared a story on Facebook out about a jersey misspelling that they fixed overnight. The post got dozens of supportive comments and new leads. Another one turned a shipping delay into a testimonial when the client wrote, they owned it, they fixed it fast, and I'll never order anywhere. I'll never order from anywhere else. That single review brought in 3 new orders. So, action step for this is we need to create a thank you recovery message. Now, this is a template that you send after fixing an issue. What it does is it keeps goodwill flowing and it builds loyalty long, long, long after that problem is solved. So, to recap, whew, mistakes are inevitable. Inevitable. Mistakes happen. Okay. You know, but panic doesn't have to. So, what are we going to do when orders go wrong? Well, we're going to take a breath before we respond. We're going to stay calm and confirm the facts. We're going to own the mistake because honesty builds trust faster than perfection. We're going to communicate fast and frequently because silence creates frustration. We're going to fix it fast but smart. We're going to act quickly while improving our systems. And number 5, we're going to turn mistakes into marketing moments. Show integrity publicly and win loyalty privately. All right. So every successful decorator has battle stories. You know, the late nights, the reprints, the the mix-ups that made their harsh words are hard this morning. The makeup, the stuff that makes their heart skip a beat. Those stories, they are also proof that you can recover, rebuild, and even strengthen customer relationships through honesty and care. So don't let a bad order define you. Let how you fix it refine you. Yeah, that sounds right. Mistakes happen, and professionalism is how you respond. So that's what we got for you today. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So next Wednesday, what are we doing on Wednesday? Wednesday. Let me find Wednesday real quick because we put that out there for it. Wednesday's 10:15. Don't burn out before December. Woo, right? We're going to talk about how to manage workload, rest, and mental health when that press never stops running during these holiday themes. So that's what we got. Let me know questions, comments, concerns. How are we doing on there? I learned early on sent art for approval, especially when they're names. And even so, we'll even say, here's a spreadsheet, type all the names out on it. We've had that where here it is, we've done the mock up, we've sent it back, and they're like, there's names misspelled. This is your mock-up. This is your list. We just copied and pasted it in here. This is your issue. What can we do to fix it? How can we fix it? Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. Gabriel said, I had a client that said they found a small stain on a t-shirt and made another no charge. I also ordered another t-shirt with a design of her choice. Oh, added another t-shirt with her choice at no charge to make up for mistakes. See, love it. Customer. We take care of that customer. They should take care of us. All right, this week, Tuesday with Todd tomorrow night, we are doing glitter puff vinyl. Is there a chance we could be pressing live? There's a 50-50 chance of it. I'm not. There's going to be a 50-50 chance for the next couple of weeks because we got a lot going on this week. Disney is next week, so I'm flying solo next week, so we're prepping for that action, and we're getting stuff done. But no wife, no kids means I probably won't eat dinner, and I will probably just work the whole time. So I'll just work until I don't work, and then there. So just worry about the business and myself next week. I don't know what I'm going to do. So we'll get through stuff there. We're going to start. We're closer. We're closer. We're closer. Like I said, Cam's machines are home. Now we'll start working through that and getting things there for it, and we go through it. I do tracking numbers in the PO parking lot. We do tracking numbers for everything. Like, where was it at? Why is it here? Like, I have a tracking number that shows no movement since the label is made. It's only, 1, 2, 3, or 5 figure, order. That's, nothing. Good times, right? Good times. Since you'd watched it, I offered to remake it with 40% off. There you go. That's how we do it. All right. So we got this tomorrow night. That's what we got on. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure to like and subscribe and share. Sharing is caring, folks. It's easy. It's cheap. Just go up there. You hit the buttons. You do that. You share it out there. If you're watching Team Replay in the comments. So until next time, everybody have an amazing day. We'll see you tomorrow night. If we don't see you tomorrow night, we'll be back here on Wednesday for another edition of your Makers and Movers podcast. Until then, peace, love, press on. We will see you then.